Today, I'm going to be talking about a very popular topic. In fact, this question was posed to me by a friend some time ago, and then I decided to write a blog about it. And today, to this day, this blog article has had over 11,000 people read it. So obviously it's a topic of interest. So I decided that I will do a live video about this topic. So what are we talking about today? Why is it that over 11,000 people have read my article on this topic? Microneedling and peels. So my friend, this was some time ago actually, a couple of years ago, asked me, do you feel that needling is better than chemical peels? And I decided to write a blog article about it, and it's just gone really popular. So people really find it an interesting topic to talk about. Welcome to Skin Tips Saturday Live. I'm Jana Elston. I'm a skincare educator and blogger. I love teaching people about skincare and beauty tips, health, well-being. I'm actually a fully qualified beauty therapist. So it is my passion, and it always has been my passion, to help people with their skin. So I do specialize in skin. But when you think about it, the health of your skin is related to the wellness of your body as well, health and well-being. So when I talk about the skin, I have a holistic approach. I don't just talk about the latest magic skincare that can fix your skin. I talk about how to prevent it, how to aim for long-term skin health, and other things you can do that will help to improve your skin and your beauty as well. So today we're going to talk about the difference between microneedling and chemical peels, because they are not the same. They're actually very different modalities, two very different modalities. Microneedling and chemical peels are advanced skin treatments used here in Australia. You can actually go to a beauty therapist, you can go to a skin clinic, as well as a registered nurse or a doctor who would perform microneedling and chemical peels. Now, obviously, what a beauty therapist can do is at a more surface level compared to what a medical practitioner can do as well. Microneedling and chemical peels have been around for quite some time. Peels have been around for some time, and microneedling for 20 years or so. But it's only in more modern times, in recent times, that these two modalities have become really, really popular. Microneedling has mostly been done by medical practitioners up until probably about 10 years ago. And then it went out into the mainstream beauty business. So beauty businesses, beauty therapists adopted the technique to treat the skin. So we'll talk about what the differences are. But let me first of all talk about microneedling. So what is microneedling? And you can hear the word needle in it. And in fact, when the modality first came out, it was people were a little bit nervous about it and frightened about it. Just like when peels came out maybe 25 years ago, they were a little bit nervous about it and a bit cautious about it as well. I think it's just human nature. We're a little bit nervous when something new is happening until we have, I suppose, have a little bit of history behind it, and more people do it. So when more and more people do it, people feel more confident about trying it out. And we have Beth. Hello, Beth from California. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Hope you find this topic interesting. Have you ever had microneedling or a chemical peel? Or are you an esthetician who performs these treatments? Leave your comments below. I'd love to know. Okay, so let's go back to microneedling. So microneedling originally was invented by doctors to treat acne scarring, severe pitted acne scarring, whether it's either not enough collagen produced in the skin that causes the pits, or too much collagen produced in the skin that can cause the cysts. So they would use microneedling technique to break down the scarring and rejuvenate the skin. So originally it was done with a similar instrument to a tattoo gun. So it was a single needle instrument, and they would carefully go over the scar with this fine needle to break it up, essentially break down that scar. And at a deeper level, what they discovered, what happened was that the skin was forced to heal itself, rejuvenate itself. So microneedling means because the needles are micro thin, they're very, very thin, and they're small, and the injury that they cause to the skin is at a micro level. So essentially, when you pierce that skin, this minute the needle comes out, the elasticity of the skin closes up, so you don't have a gaping hole in there, so you don't continue bleeding. There is some bleeding depending on the depth that the medical practitioner or beauty therapist will go to. Surface needling, you won't see any bleeding because the needles are not deep enough to penetrate deep enough to damage the capillaries or break the capillaries. And some needles can go really, really deep, and you can have a you don't see it. You as a patient or a customer, you just lie back, relax, and enjoy the treatment, and you don't tend to see it. But yeah, it depends on how deep they go. So yes, it can cause a bit of bleeding, and in some US articles I've read, some people term it as the vampire facial, although previous to that, vampire facial was something completely different as well. That's when they take blood out and they put it through a centrifuge and then remove elements and then inject them back in, and that's done by some medical practitioners. So there is a bit of confusion about what an actual vampire facial is, because people use the term to describe different treatments. So coming back to microneedling. So microneedling originally was done by the doctor with a microneedle to break down the scar, and they discovered that new collagen formed. That collagen that was more aligned, I suppose, not as fibrous as the previous collagen that formed as a result of the scar. So the skin actually rejuvenated itself. Now, originally it was invented for scarring, but what the doctors found that as they healed the scars, the surrounding tissue was rejuvenated as well. So if they treated larger areas of the skin for scarring, they found pigmentation regulated itself. They found the wrinkles were not as deep, that the skin was firmer, that the pores were more refined as well. So there were a number of other side effects or benefits as a result of microneedling. So if you go and have a microneedling treatment done in a salon today, or in a skin clinic, or by a medical practitioner, it often is also for anti-aging, sun damage, and pigmentation as well. So microneedling has got more benefits and is used for more benefits. I would say majority of treatments done in skin clinics, salons and spas here in Australia, microneedling would be really for that rejuvenation, for anti-aging, wrinkles and so on. And scarring, acne scarring, not so much, but also it's very, very beneficial. So microneedling has really evolved. It originally started with that single needle tattoo gun, then somebody would engineer that handpiece and have several needles in that. And eventually, probably about 10 years ago, devices that were like little cylindrical rollers. So it would be a little cylinder about that size, and it had spikes in it all around it. So it had the tiny needles. Different devices had different amount of needles. You know, there were devices with up to 200 needles in them, and some had less. They had about 100. And it was like a little roller. It had a little handheld attachment to it, and you basically would roll over the skin, puncturing the skin. I don't know if you've ever seen those tools that your gardener will use to go and aerate the lawn. So it was like a cylinder sort of tool with handheld sort of device, and it had little spikes in it. So as he rolled it over the lawn, it perforated the lawn to aerate the lawn to allow nutrients and water to get in. So in fact, some people started using microneedling as a form of infusion as well. And that came about 10 years ago. But in more recent times, they discovered that actually it's not a good idea to do that, that some doctors like Dr. Lance Setterfield discovered that there have been people coming out with, in fact, scarring granulomas as a result of substances being infused into the skin with microneedling. So essentially, mostly you will find today beauty practitioners and doctors would use microneedling on its own, allow the skin to recover, and eventually then use products to help rejuvenate the skin afterwards, so not in the same sitting. So that's microneedling. Now, microneedling has really become popular here in Australia now, and the latest devices would be pens that have the needles attached to them. So it's an electronic or electrical instrument, and it's almost like a sewing machine. So it has, so a therapist would hold a device that looked like a pen, and at the bottom of it, they would have an attachment to it with needles, and they would have something like 30 or 40 needles. And then the device would push those needles up and down. So as they glided over the skin is being punctured by this device, like a sewing machine going over the skin. And then they would just move that device over the skin depending where you need it. So if you're treating pigmentation, they'll go over the pigmented areas. If you're treating scarring, they'll focus on the scarring areas. And if it's rejuvenation, they tend to do the whole thing, the whole face or even neck. So that's microneedling, and it can sound a little bit frightening. It really depends on your pain tolerance, because yes, I've had microneedling done, and I've had it done at 0.75 mil. 0.75 mil is really quite surface, is not as deep as some of the devices can go, and I found it really, really uncomfortable treatment. Now, you could, ice the skin and use something else to help to relieve pain. But essentially, it is one of those things that, as one of my friends says, it's like a white knuckle treatment, which literally I was just holding on to something just to help me get through the treatment. So it's not a comfortable treatment. It's by far not a relaxing treatment, not something you do to go away and relax. It is more of a targeted advanced treatment to help to reverse some of the damage in the skin. Now, let's talk about peels, and I'm really passionate about peels because they're fantastic tools to help us beauty therapists rejuvenate the skin. They help with unclogging the skin, so get rid of blackheads and clogging. They help to refine the pores. They help with balancing an oily skin. Then there are other peels that are fantastic at helping fade pigmentation, even out the skin tone, and also reduce the thickened skin as a result of sun damage. And finally, there's peels that help to hydrate, moisturize, and plump out wrinkles. So chemical peels have been used, again, originally for acne scarring as well. Very heavy-duty glycolic peels have been used for scarring. And more recent times, we use it either to treat acne or to treat aging in the skin or even pigmentation. Great tools to use by beauty therapists. Now, the beauty of peels is that they do come in different degrees of strength. So that means, even somebody who has a delicate skin and would just like a light resurfacing peel, we can do that with a light lactic peel to rejuvenate the skin. All the way to stronger peels that tackle problematic and acne skin. So chemical peels, how they work, they're an exfoliating treatment. And so they actually go deeper than a scrub would. Your scrubs that you would use at home to exfoliate your skin, they go far deeper and they provide a more even peel, because when you're rolling a scrub over your face, they're just randomly picking off the dead cells. You're not getting an even peel. Whereas a peel solution comes in a liquid solution, it's painted on the skin with a brush, left on for a few minutes, and then take it off. And then you get an even peel. So even if you have dead cell buildup that's more around here and less here, the peels only remove the amount of dead cells that they to make the skin more even. So they'll remove more here and less here. They only go to a certain level in the skin. It depends on the peel how far they go as well. The intensity of the peels is determined by the percentage as well as the pH. So percentage, you could have a 20% glycolic peel with a pH of about 4. That's a gentle peel. Or you can have a 20% glycolic peel with a pH of about 3, then that's a lot stronger. And the pH, the lower you go, the stronger the peel gets. So the therapist will use a peel that's appropriate for your skin, depending on what you want to achieve and how much your skin can tolerate as well. So you really need to be talking to a really experienced skin expert, beauty therapist, esthetician, or medical practitioner who knows and he's very well experienced with peels so that you can get the best result. So peels are exfoliating treatments, and microneedling is a treatment that helps to boost collagen production to rejuvenate the skin. Yes, a course of peels helps to boost collagen production, but not to the degree of what microneedling does. So they're slightly different. Microneedling works at a deeper level, whereas resurfacing peels work at a surface level. So the next question is, okay, so they're very different modalities and you use them for different things. So the next question my friend asked was, can you have them done in the same sitting at the same time? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Chemical peels are quite strong. You do not want to infuse that peel into the skin where it will burn the skin and potentially subject the skin to infection. So absolutely not in the same sitting. And you shouldn't even have these treatments done too close together because you can damage your skin. In beauty business, when we do whether microneedling, chemical peels, or any other advanced treatments, our beauty therapist will do a thorough consultation with you, take your medical history, look at what products you're using, what treatments you've had previously, to make sure that the treatment is safe. So they will determine, can you have this treatment done now or later, or you're absolutely not a good candidate. There are many contraindications to both of these treatments. Contraindications means something in your diet, your lifestyle, your medical history, your medicines you're taking that will prevent you from being a good candidate for this treatment, or prevent you from doing this treatment. Otherwise, you could cause problems, side effects. So it is really, really important before you have a peel, before you have a microneedling session, that you do a thorough consultation. If a beauty therapist is willing to do a chemical peel or microneedling on your skin, or even a laser treatment for for that matter as well, because they're very similar in the side effects that they can potentially cause. If your beauty therapist is willing to do any of this treatment without a consultation, go and find somebody else, because consultations are really, really important to help us potentially prevent problems and keep you safe. So it's really important for safety perspective that you do have a good discussion about it. And a good beauty therapist will get you to sign a waiver form as well for insurance purposes, in case something does go wrong. And things have gone wrong in the past, especially if it's either you have not been completely honest with your beauty therapist about what you were doing with your skin, and it has happened to us before, whereas a customer would come in and request a microdermabrasion treatment from us, for example, or a peel or microneedling. We look at the skin and say, look, you know, it's not really appropriate for your skin. Your skin needs more healing, repairing first, or because, you know, you've done treatments too close together, you need to let your skin rest. But some people get really excited and they want to do more because they've seen good results, so they want more of it. So when a good beauty therapist tells them, look, I'm sorry, due to, you know, safety, I cannot perform the treatment on your skin today, then we have seen some consumers go to the next salon and request it until they find a beauty therapist is willing to do it without a consultation. So if you really want to stay safe, you need to do a consultation with your beauty therapist. So that's microneedling, chemical peels. Very, very important that you do a consultation, and very important that your skin is in good condition before you do the treatments. Your skin has to be essentially healthy. That means there's no inflammation, no infection. You are not taking any medications that can affect the skin, such as that they can photosensitize your skin or make your skin sensitive, peel, red, irritate, etc. Your skin essentially has to be in good condition before you do this treatment. And really, if your skin is in good condition, you get better results out of it as well. So if you hydrate your skin, you look after your skin with good quality products, you're going to get so much more out of the treatment. So get your skin into good condition first. Ask your beauty therapist how you can do that, how to get your skin hydrated and nice and strong so it can withstand these advanced treatments. And then post-care is really important, both after chemical peels and microneedling. Number one, both of them can sensitize the skin as a result of the advanced treatment or the intensive treatment they do. So you must protect your skin from the sun at all costs. Do not go out in direct sunlight, so don't go to the beach, sunbaking, surfing, walking in the park, like national park for 2 or 3 hours during the day. You should avoid this for at least 48 hours after each treatment. And whenever you're outdoors, you'd be wearing a sunscreen. And also the skincare afterwards, really important too. You should be really using specialized skincare afterwards for a short period of time that help to, number one, reduce the inflammation and heal your skin, and number two, boost the results, depending on what you're treating. So if you want to reduce wrinkles, you'd be using a vitamin A. If you want to reduce pigmentation, you'd be using a vitamin C serum or skincare. And the skincare that they would recommend for you will have to be appropriate to be used after this treatment. So your beauty therapists know this. So it's really, really important you talk this through with them. There are certain vitamin A serums, for example, you can't use after this treatment because they're too strong. But your beauty therapist may have an alternative for you that you can use afterwards. So very important to do that. So no, you should never absolutely have these treatments done together because they're way too intense and can cause damage potentially in the skin. So when would you choose microneedling versus a chemical peel? So I mentioned microneedling is a deeper level. So it's excellent modality to treat scarring, excellent modality to boost collagen production. In fact, it's called collagen induction therapy. So it helps you boost collagen production. That means you get a tightening and lifting effect on the skin that also helps you reduce wrinkles. So it's a fantastic treatment to do for aging as well as sun-damaged skin. Peels, on the other hand, are more surface, so they're great to treat surface irregularities. So, for example, clogging, open pores, surface pigmentation, milia, blackheads, surface lines and wrinkles. It's all on the surface, so it rejuvenates the skin on the top, and then the needling does on the bottom. Now, nothing stops you from, for example, if you've had a significant amount of damage done to your skin, you've been out in the sun most of your life, or you've neglected your skin for some time, then they may do first a course of peels, give the skin a break to recover, and then they might recommend a course of microdermabrasion treatments. Now, I would also do beforehand a course of intense hydration treatments, facial treatments, to bring the skin into its best condition. So usually hydration or oxygenating treatments would be fantastic to do before you do a course of peels and or a course of microneedling. So this really essentially brings your skin into its best tip-top condition so that it can withstand that more intensive treatment and recover faster. So pre and post skincare, really, really important. So another question was can you use these treatments as preventative? These treatments are not suited as a preventative. So if you've got a beautiful skin, do not do these treatments as a preventative because you can potentially harm your skin. These treatments are supposed to remove the effects of damage on your skin. And if you're going to do these treatments on a completely normal, beautiful skin, you can potentially cause problems like inflammation, etc. What you need to do if you want to do preventative, so either you've got a beautiful skin and you want to prevent aging, prevent scarring, then facial treatments, LED light therapy, phototherapy is fantastic. It's non-invasive. That's a really good choice for preventative treatments. But your facial treatments that are done in the salon or spa on a regular basis, every 4 to 6 weeks, are the best prevention you can do for your skin, as well as good quality home skincare. When I compare women, when I travel in Europe and I look at the women here in Australia, And then, of course, for my friends in the US and Canada, you'll probably agree with me as well. European women have beautiful skin well into their 50s and 60s. Why? From the very young age, they've been taught by their mothers to look after the skin. And from the time they're in the late teens, early 20s, they start their monthly regular facials. They have regular facial treatments. It's built into the culture. It is what everybody does. It's normal. It is something that is a preventative to keep you looking, you keep your skin healthy. It's more of a wellness approach. Just like you eat good foods to prevent disease down the track, they look at facial treatments as a preventative down the track as well. So they have beautiful skin. Here in Australia, we have the harsh environment, the harsh sunlight that can prematurely age our skin faster. We age 10 years faster. But we also tend to have the culture in Australia that facials are a luxury that I don't necessarily deserve. I have to earn my right to have a facial. It's a totally alien concept to the Europeans. Facial treatments, really, we need to change our perception of it, that it's for your health, your well-being, for long-term skin health. That's what a facial is. It's not that you don't deserve, and it's not a luxury. It's a necessity if you want great skin, because people who neglect their skin early on will have to pay for it down the track if they want to fix the skin. So prevention is much better than cure. And that goes for everything with your health and well-being. That goes with your nutrition, your diet, your exercise, your stress levels. Prevention is better than cure as well. So I hope I answered your questions. Now, I've got a few comments here, so let me just have a look at the comments. Oh, Amy. Hello, Amy. Nice to see you. And I can't see the comments. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So we have Beth from California. Hi. And we have also Terry from Alice Springs. Oh, my goodness. I always wanted to visit Alice Springs. Haven't been there. And we've got somebody from Whitsundays as well. Who is this from Whitsundays? This window is not working very well. Susie, we've got Susie Hagney as well. Thanks for joining. Deborah, hi, Deborah. Thanks for joining this morning. And I'm still trying to find who is from Whitsundays. And let's see, Amy. Yes, we've got Amy. Oh, lots of comments there. Look, I can't really see this properly because it's not showing it on my screen. Kate Nelson, good morning. How are you? And oh, we've got Yarrabilla, Queensland, Susie. Wow. We've got lots of friends from all over Australia and even the world. How exciting is that? So great to meet you all, guys. Look, I'll have to check this because it's not showing me those comments properly on there. Even when I scroll, I can't see them properly. So I'm going to finish the video. I'm going to go back in and check out your comments and questions and answer those for you. And of course, if you're not already on my group, the Beauty Business Students Group, come and join me on my group where we can have further discussions about any questions you have. It's a great environment for us to learn from each other. And did you know I have a podcast? I have a podcast. I've launched a podcast as well. So if you don't have the chance to watch my videos, you can jump on and listen to them while you're walking your dog, while you're driving to work. So, and I've actually recorded the Is Microneedling Better Than Chemical Peels before, so it's on the podcast already. Wow. I hope you found it useful. It was real fun today. Thank you very much. Oh, one more thing before we sign off. I've put a poll on my page, the Beauty Business page. I'm thinking of changing Skin Tip Saturday Live to another time slot during the week, only because I feel that people are getting ready for work. A lot of people work on Saturdays, and it's perhaps not a good time to do it. So on my poll, I asked about Wednesday night, and then I remembered Wednesday nights is the night I like to go with my husband to do bachata lessons, bachata dancing. So probably not Wednesday night because hubby comes first. So I'm thinking, and Tuesdays I do belly dancing. Thursdays everybody works. Fridays, well, everybody wants to relax. So I'm thinking maybe Mondays, Monday evenings about 7:30. How do you feel about that? If we switched these video lives to Monday nights at 7:30. So I'll pop that in the poll. Please let me know what would suit you best, or would you rather I stay on Saturday? I got myself into this routine and I really enjoy Saturday, but I'd like to be able to reach more people and make it at a more convenient time for you where you can learn more as well. So let me know what suits you best. Thank you once again. Have a fabulous weekend and have a beautiful week. See you next time. Bye.